Some men chase greatness, and some define it. Today, we're stepping into the life of a man who isn't just a footballer. He's a phenomenon. He's the boy from Madeira who turned critics into fans and records into stepping stones. He's not just a player, he's an empire. 5 Ballon d'Ors, more than 800 career goals, a work ethic that puts machines to shame, and a legacy of sweat and sacrifice. This isn't a day with a celebrity. This isn't a day with an athlete. This is a day with the actual GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. Come with me as we enter his world, minute by minute, from the gym to the dinner table, from the football pitch to fatherhood. Welcome to a day in the life of a living legend. It's not quite 6 a.m. in Riyadh, but while the city is still asleep, Cristiano Ronaldo is already awake, like a man on a mission. No snooze button, no slow starts. Just a cold shower to wake up the senses and get a day chiseled for greatness. For Ronaldo, mornings are not merely the beginning of the day. They are the underpinnings of his supremacy. In minutes, he has shed his street clothes and sets foot inside what could be confused with a high-end fitness laboratory, his private gym. Equipment that reflects the cutting edge of technology, strength training machines, dumbbells, weighted sledges, everything calibrated to achieve maximum performance. His session 1 is all about generating power. He navigates sets of push-ups, planks, squats, medicine ball toss, and box jump explosive movements. No distractions, no chit-chat, just discipline and heavy breathing. His core is trained with military accuracy, his upper body sculpted through functional movement. This isn't light lifting, this is Ronaldo keeping body fat percentage below most elite athletes, approximately 7%. Following 45 to 60 minutes of cardio and strength, there's a cool-down period. Foam rolling, stretching, and deep breathing. His heart rate reduces, but his concentration doesn't. While most of us hit snooze, Ronaldo hits the gym. And not for show, for science, for discipline. The man trains like his legacy depends on it, because in his mind, it does. By 8:30 a.m., the sweat has evaporated, and the intensity of the morning session is replaced by something gentler, more relaxed. A new beat to Cristiano Ronaldo's day. Time for breakfast, and as with all things in his life, even his plate is carefully crafted. On the table, slices of cheese and ham, full-fat yogurt for a healthy gut, avocado toast slices filled with good fats, and freshly pressed juice of fruit. Occasionally orange, occasionally pineapple. Every so often, eggs or low-sugar cereal, depending on the training block. No sweet pastries, no wild cravings. It's not breakfast, it's fuel. But what comes next is maybe the most human aspect of his day. With the camera shut down and the boots removed, the man of power and precision transforms into someone completely different. He's not training, he's not posing. He's sitting at the table laughing with his children, answering their questions warmly, serving one of them breakfast, or sharing a look and a smile with Georgina. There is a peace here, a quiet you don't associate with a man who lives life in headlines and record books. 1 minute, he's playfully wrestling with his sons. Next, he's swiping through texts, taking Georgina through a replay of last night's match. His house, however opulent, isn't constructed for appearances. It's a house meant for love, for connection, and warmth. And as we watch in silence, the contrast is striking. He isn't the international hero, he isn't CR7, he's just Cristiano. There's a softness to Ronaldo you don't get on the pitch. He's not CR7 here, he's just dad. Just Cristiano! It's 10 a.m. now, and Cristiano Ronaldo is on his way to Al Nassr training grounds, Riyadh's Golden Warriors. The drive-in is silent, intense. No loud music, no loose talk. Just the beat of preparation ringing in his mind. When he sets foot on the training grounds, the ambiance changes. Father Ronaldo vanishes. In their place is Ronaldo, the general of war. Each drill, each step, is taken with the acuity of a man who will never let time become his foe. The practice starts with kinetic warm-ups, sprints, stretches, and lateral movement. And then the tactical training begins. Positioning exercises, games of possession, routines of one-touch passing. He moves smoothly, guiding young players, motivating teammates, adjusting angles. Then there is finishing, his specialty. Various angles, different distances, headers, volleys, free kicks, left foot, right foot. Repeated again and again until even the grass appears to learn his strike. The goalkeepers are aware of his patterns, yet they cannot prevent him. The intensity isn't for show. He trains like he's fighting to earn a spot, not protect one. And on days when the team has rest, he doesn't. You'll find him in the pool doing resistance laps, cycling at high speed, or engaging in hit sessions in his home facility. But what most people don't see is what happens after. At approximately 12:30 p.m. when the cleats are removed, Ronaldo goes home, not to scroll his phone or lounge on the couch, but to take one of his most critical practices seriously. Rest. A 90-minute nap. Not sleep, structured recovery. Room darkened. Temperature regulated. Devices shut off. He understands the science. Recovery isn't weakness, it's a strategy. At 39, every cell in his body is geared to repair, to recover, to reload. While the rest of the world underestimates the strength of pause, he welcomes it as if it were another kind of training. And that's his secret. That's the reason he's GOAT. His fixation on recovery is as strong as his passion for the game. Because becoming the best at 20 is easy, but becoming the best at 39? That's genuine obsession. By 2 p.m., Cristiano Ronaldo arrives home from an intense training session. But the job isn't finished. It merely changes shape. Now comes the more subdued half of his high-performance routine. Lunch is not an arbitrary craving, but a measured dose of performance fuel. On the plate, grilled chicken breast, loaded with lean protein, served alongside a colorful salad, lightly dressed with olive oil, never heavy dressing. Occasionally there's quinoa on the side or half an avocado. Plain ingredients, clean fuel. This is not indulgence, it's deliberate nutrition. Each bite has a reason. Macronutrients count. The ratio of fats, protein, and complex carbohydrates is precision-tuned like a science experiment. And Ronaldo never overindulges at one sitting. It's throughout the day. Lunchtime for most players saw them crash on the couch with a phone clutched in their hands. But Ronaldo makes his way to a quiet room. Curtains closed. The temperature is set low. Screens off. It's nap time number 2. That's correct, another nap. But not sloth. This is recovery for elite athletes. Whereas most individuals get 7 to 8 hours of sleep at night, Ronaldo splits it into several 90-minute blocks, sleeping as many as 5 times in 24 hours. It's a scientifically supported sleep regimen designed for muscle recovery, mental acuity, and hormonal regulation. When he gets up, rested and refilled, it's meal number 2 for the afternoon. Tuna, hard-boiled eggs, and a handful of olives. Occasionally with a slice of whole grain bread or a protein drink shake. Low in sugar, high in protein, and rich in omega-3s or clean fuel for the evening tasks. It may seem dull, even monotonous to the layman, but to Ronaldo, discipline is liberty. This is his advantage. During these quiet, low-key hours of the afternoon when the world mindlessly scrolls through screens or takes phone calls, Ronaldo is designing greatness, rebuilding, reloading, and gaining a head start in silence. Each calorie is invested, each nap is strategized, each movement is for performance. This isn't fitness, it's football engineering. Now, while the sun starts setting in Riyadh, the city gets into a golden twilight. The work for Cristiano Ronaldo is still far from being done. By 5 p.m., when everyone else is relaxing, Ronaldo is preparing for yet another training session. Night training is speed and agility oriented. The pitch turns into his playground for interval sprints, usually sprinting all out for 30 seconds, then jogging lightly to recover. These explosive efforts simulate the high-intensity periods during match day, keeping his body in top shape. There is never a loss of intensity, even as the hours pass. On other days when he's not concentrating on sprints, he'll move on to swimming. Yes, swimming. A full-body recovery activity that is very low impact but extremely efficient. He can be seen regularly taking laps in his personal pool, using the resistance of the water to build up his muscle endurance without straining his joints. By 7 p.m., following an intense training session, Ronaldo returns home, where the last part of his day is all about feeding and resting. Dinner is as carefully prepared as the rest of his day. Lean meat or grilled fish, high in protein, served with a side of fresh, steamed vegetables. Sometimes he'll throw in some brown rice or sweet potatoes for complex carbs to fuel his recovery and set him up for the next day. No greasy sides, no heavy sauces. Just clean, pure fuel. This has nothing to do with indulgence. It's about sustainability, strength, and recovery. And just as military in his treatment of food, so too was his recovery. After dinner, dessert or unnecessary foods don't come next. The time to slow down. Here, Ronaldo becomes a different man, the athlete replaced by the family man. Dinner time is typically low-key. Situated around the table, Ronaldo's children as he spends time with them, minutes recounting something that happened that day. Never, ever distracted by his goal is he. When eating, he's engaged. When working out, he's submersed. In these, however, he is as well dead. This restraint even trickles down into diet. No unscheduled pangs, no break days. Even meals become integral to the broader plan, to the architecture for his body. Ronaldo doesn't eat for cravings, he eats for results. His fork is as disciplined as his feet. As the evening rolls in, the lights of Riyadh twinkle far away, and Cristiano Ronaldo puts the car through its gears one last time. By 8 p.m., the intense training and measured meals are replaced by the highlight of his day, time with his loved ones. Contrary to his on-pitch demeanor, relentless, ferocious, and nearly automaton-like, Ronaldo in the evening is as much a father and husband. Dinner is done, and now he's in a position to unwind from the day's ferocity, if only for a few hours. The kids are playing, running around the living room, and he's there with them, present. Most nights, the family gets into a routine. They play board games, work on puzzles, or now and then, even watch a movie together. The children laugh, and Ronaldo's contagious happiness dominates the room. He is not the legend here. He is simply dad. His attention turns to them, to the small things that are usually lost on those who are busy being awed by his big legacy. At around 10 p.m., the countdown begins to the most significant ritual of his evening: recovery. To facilitate his muscles and joints to relax after a physically demanding day, Ronaldo usually rounds off the evening with a light stretch or a swim in the private pool. The warm water relaxes his muscles, and the stretch stimulates flexibility and helps him further with his recovery process. These recovery ceremonies are as valuable as the workouts. While many athletes may slack off on their laurels following a tough day, Ronaldo's commitment to unwinding is essential to his game. Whether stretching out his legs or letting the water work loose his joints, it's these last few moments that get him ready for the next fight. By 11 p.m., after a relaxing bath or last stretch, he retreats to his bedroom, a retreat of rest. The room is black, prepared for maximum sleep. No technology, no distractions. It's not about shutting down. It's about refueling for the fight tomorrow. The routine is set, the pace intentional. He retires for bed every night at the same hour, aware that a full night's sleep is a vital tool in his arsenal. In a performance-obsessed world, there's something wonderfully mundane about this moment. The record breaker of decades. The one whose name rings out in stadiums across the globe. He's now merely a man drifting into sleep, having discovered that greatness is not just the result of effort, but also of rest. To the world, he's a machine. But at this hour of the evening, when day gives way to night, he's only a man who's learned that greatness requires work and rest. Cristiano Ronaldo's reach doesn't just stop with the football field. His dynasty reaches far wider than sport itself, touching arenas most people couldn't even imagine for a soccer player. As the world's closing down by 8 p.m., Ronaldo's behind-the-scenes enterprise is in high gear. CR7 brand, not a logo but a way of life. With fashion ranges and scents, CR7 embodies elegance and contemporary manliness. From a tailored suit for the black tie event to an everyday tracksuit for his travels, His range addresses the aspirational nature of the man who is aware of how he should dress. His fragrances, similarly, reflect his attention to detail and refinement, unique, intense, and memorable. But his corporate portfolio is not limited to fashion. Ronaldo is also the brains behind Pestana CR7 Hotels, a line of upscale hotels throughout Portugal and the world. Every hotel is shaped to reflect its personal style: contemporary, chic, and elegant. The hotels are more than mere places to reside. They're immersive experiences, providing the guest with a sense of Ronaldo's lifestyle. His entrepreneurial escapades continue with his foray into content creation. Ronaldo co-owns a movie studio, an area where productions and documentaries regarding sports, lifestyle, and his biography become realities. These aren't vanity productions. They're revealing glimpses into the mind of a man who's driven by achievement at all levels. What's even more astonishing about Ronaldo is his philanthropy. Famous for his charity endeavors, he's given millions to children's hospitals, victims of disasters, and individual causes across the globe. He has leveraged his fortune and fame not only to improve himself, but to improve others as well, proving to the world that his heart is as massive as his skill. It's whether you do it by making a job for yourself or helping out causes all around the world. Ronaldo shows everyone that greatness is not what you do, but what you do for others. He's an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, and a media giant. The CR7 brand is more than a moniker. It's an international template for aspiration. Cristiano Ronaldo's biography is the perfect example of what relentless passion and unmatched self-discipline can deliver. All victories, every goal are born from ceaseless effort, self-sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to becoming greater. He's not the GOAT through happenstance, but rather by conscious decision, the choice of working toward perfection day by day. There isn't a sprinkle of magic, but of method. Are you ready to embark on your path of excellence? Follow Ronaldo's lead, accept the grind, remain disciplined, and let your work speak.